Hello everyone, I'm Lê Danh Trung from Vân Canh Secondary School, and today I'll introduce guys a book called The 12 Epic Poems in History of Vietnam. And first, let's find out what history is. Apart from the name, what else is history? History includes many stories and people's destinies. History is a lesson our forefathers learned from pain and loss. History had also left countless memory legacies, and when future generations recall, they will cry proudly or with tears. Therefore, learning history must begin with stories and fragments of life. Only when ancient and fables are gently transmitted can history enter people's heart. As mother said in her lullaby, as father said in the wind and rain. In this way, students will not forget history, we will not misread history, and more importantly, young people will have inspiration and emotions for history. The 12 epic poems in history of Vietnam, written by journalist Dung Phan, who loves the history of the country and hopes to convey this love to all young Vietnamese people. Therefore, even if you are not interested in history, you should read this book because it can inspire your love for history. You don't need to study history to pass a classroom exam, and you don't need to study history because your teachers want you to study history. You should learn history for your own life. Read history, learn history, understand history, and you will have the opportunity to review the past. Sometimes you will see who you are, your personality, and a part of your life, and ask yourself a question. If it were you, could you do this, or could you find another direction, another more positive solution? History is not only the story of the past, but also the lesson. And what will you read and learn? The 12 epic poems in history of Vietnam tell 12 stories about the establishment and maintenance of a country in the feudal era, which are selected based on the important and majestic nature of Vietnam's historical process. Not only introduce readers to the national heroes such as Ly Thương Kiệt, Xuân Hương Dao, but also mentions important figures who haven't been properly appreciated, like Khúc or dusty landmarks like Binh Lo Citadel, THI Lake, and not to mention the achievements of Ngô Quyền in Bai Tang River. This also helped you learn more about technique of peeling on the river. In addition to solving the mystery of Quang Chum's rubbish march, it also explained why the national territory has today's S-shaped appearance. The 12 epic poems in history of Vietnam are like an exciting movie that tells about the historical issues of the feudal dynasty and the struggle for imperial power in Vietnam. This book is like a song